want it all of my dogs be running with God. Your mama, you're holding your pennies and bra. Cause when I get whipping the sauce, he taking it off. I'm dancing on tracks like stuff in the yard. We keeping it quiet, we moving the signs, but now we starting to riot. Yeah.
And there we go. We are officially live here in the sit down, presented by www.buffalosauceguy.com and presented by Duff's Famous Wings, the best damn chicken wings there are. Hosted by myself, yours truly, the Sauce God, your source for daily entertainment, your source for sports entertainment, and everything Bills Mafia. You can follow me on social medias if you haven't already done so at Buffalo Sauce God. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss any of our live shows or any of the content that I got coming. Because I'll tell you what, it's not that bad. But now, of course, normally tune in with me on Saturdays is Mike Shimbersky, a.k.a. Shimmy Stacks. And Shimmy Stacks has actually gone through a really significant accident and is recovering from a physical injury. So, we want to just give him some good vibes. But filling in, again, and always doing a great job on both producing and as a co-host. And as, just the man with the stout face, Mr. 12 Gauge, the Rage. I'm on stage. You got to put the under over in a cage. And I'll tell you what, I don't like the color beige. How you doing, 12 Gauge? Oh, I got you muted, buddy. Hold on. I'm going to unmute you right here. Okay, now you're unmuted.
All right. Again, I am doing very well this afternoon. Sauce, how about yourself?
Well, Gage, it's Saturday. We didn't have any football last week. The Bills are coming off of Week 13 bye. I was able to actually go to a Sabres game this week with a good buddy of mine who's actually going to be our special guest tuning in with us today to discuss Sabres hockey. So if you guys like talking Buffalo hockey or you just want a little taste of something different, well, today's a special treat because I have a feeling, 12 Gauge, that this is going to be a recurring theme for us on Saturdays especially. But that's my buddy Tyler Andrews. We'll bring him in here after we discuss all of our football stuff. And by the way, just so you all know, Tyler Andrews was number one in the world at the World of Chow on, for video gaming. And, dude, I've seen the kid play hockey. The kid knows hockey, and I'm excited to talk with him, Gage. I know, obviously, you are too because I told you, hey, if you want to get in there and talk with us, feel free to join us. But, guys, if you're just now tuning in, do me a favor. Hit that like and share button. Join us here in the comments. If you're watching on the Roku TV app for the Northeast Streaming Sports Network, feel free to join me on Facebook at Anthony Bomasudo or on YouTube at Buffalo Sauce God. Or again, if you're not watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can also join up on the Roku TV app and call in there. And we have a hotline open as well for you guys to call into 716-800-1772. Let's talk Bills football. Let's talk anything sports, NFL, and Sabres as well. But, guys, we've got a lot to discuss. Gage, there's been some news about Sean McDermott. That's not exactly the best. There's news about Von Miller. There's a lot, obviously, that's at stake right now as we head to Arrowhead to play against Kansas City. I feel like for now the 18th year in a row that we've gone to Kansas City, except for the COVID year where, that we played, we got ready for a game on a Tuesday. So we don't know how that went. But, Gage, I'm excited, bro. We're going to get to talk Bills football. We've got a lot of critical games, a lot of critical moments of the season left. And I've got all the hype. I want Bills Mafia to get back on the hype train with me. Just like Mike Greenberg did for ESPN, by the way, now my favorite sports analyst, other than Kyle Brandt, of course, who also reps this. But let's get it going, Gage. Let's go ahead and kick off that introduction video and hit that share button first, guys. You're live here in the sit-down.
Let's get this over with. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's simple, baby. Buffalo Bills football is heck, all right? Let me tell you something.
I'm going to crack a cold one because it's the tailgate.
Ooh, ice cold, Mike. Let me tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are live here in the sit-down with Sauce God, the sports and entertainment show.
I'm whipping the sauce, I'm tripping, of course, I want it all of my dogs be running with God. Your mama, you're holding your pennies and bra. Cause when I get whipping the sauce, he taking it off. I'm dancing on tracks like stuff in the yard. We keeping it quiet, we moving the signs, but now we starting to riot. Yeah, keeping my eye on the prize. I got me a queen, we riding like Bonnie and Clyde. Trips to Dubai, the way I be blessing, I'm destined for changing my decimals. Decibels hitting the wave and rapping incredible, splitting they head like like a cantaloupe edible. Got me so high, I'm touching the sky. Of course, I give it my all. I'm whipping the sauce, kicking the door. But then we been here before. She ain't involved, well, she ain't involved. Taking my shot, even the down, we tying the score. Do your dancing on twist, don't stress, don't trip. Whipping sauce real quick, stay dripping. Sipping on cognac, roll tea in my veins, where you find that? I'm whipping it, watch it get saucy.
How you doing it?
I'm twisting and mixing them, shaking them haters right off me.
What you doing?
You're live here in the sit down with, of course, Capo de Capo, myself, the boss of bosses, getting absolutely bossy and saucy over here, and it never cost me a single dollar, but you never lost me. Gage, man, I'm excited to talk. Obviously, last week was a little bit of a down week with the bye week, but I think it was really a good week to have a bye week. Week 13, late in the season, chance to revamp, tidy things up a little bit and tighten the screws, because we all know the Bills offense is starting to kind of come back out of that shell. So there's a lot that we have to talk about. There's some player injuries. There's some players that will be playing. There's some players that won't be playing. But we also have to talk about the Sean McDermott news. As much as I don't like to read into anything negative, well, I think that it's a must that we do go into it a little bit. We're going to have the injury report for you guys as well. We'll have all of our offensive and defensive keys, as well as our comparisons of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes too. So, Gage, we've got a heck of a show planned. After we're done talking football, though, the show's not even close to over. We're going to be bringing in Tyler to talk some hockey, and I'm feeling like you're going to get a chance to really see the banter back and forth between him and I, because I'll tell you what, when I went to the Sabres game with him this week, you would have thought that me and Tyler were going to be the fucking GM head coach. You know what I mean? But fucking me and Tyler might go out there and play center and wing and goalie all of ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to talk about that. But hit that like and share for me, guys. Join us here in the comments. Feel free to call into the hotline 716-800-1772. You're live here in the sit down. So we have some Bills news and updates that we have to definitely discuss. And so Sean McDermott, the other day, Gage, I saw on ESPN, I got a notification that said Sean McDermott apologizes for comment involving 9/11. Now, I didn't read into that too much. I didn't want to. But then I got a text from my buddy Drew, and it turned out that this comment that Sean McDermott made, which he apologized for, basically admitted that he said something around this type of context. And it was just a really, 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 really weird comment. I mean, some people are trying to already back him up and say, well, he's kind of right. But Sean McDermott in 2019 apparently said to players, you know, we need to be organized and ready to attack like the terrorists on 9/11, how they were so carefully orchestrated. It's like, Sean, I understand that you're like, you know, you're trying to make like a villainous reference and all, but like, dude, we're still in 2023. That was 2019. 9/11 ain't funny yet. Just ask Michael Scott from The Office. He'll tell you that 9/11 ain't funny yet. So I thought it was a little bit of a weird comment, but Gage, Drew shared with me an article that was titled Sean McDermott, The Blame Game, Part 1. And I felt like this article was a little bit of a hit piece. It just kind of seemed like they were just doing their best to take shots at him and everything. But my thing is that it's just ironic that this is coming out now when there's so much, concern about Sean McDermott as our head coach. And it just seems like, wow, man. And now you got the Von Miller situation. It's just like, is Bill Belichick over there in New England, like, doing all this shady shit to like, oh, let's release this article? I feel like it is sometimes. But Gage, I saw the comment from Sean McDermott. I don't know, obviously, enough of what was said or, you know, how everything transpired because I wasn't there. But it's definitely a weird comment to make. However, you can make this comment too, that the players play for Sean McDermott. I've never heard any of the current players really saying anything bad about Coach, you know, and it's never been about Coach. Everybody wants to say that he uses people as a scapegoat, Leslie Frazier, and then Ken Dorsey. But somebody said in this article that, you know, they knew that the next guy to fall would be Ken Dorsey. But it's like, no, the offense legit was not working. It wasn't our defense. It was the offense. Look how our offense has played in the last 2 weeks without Ken Dorsey. I mean, come on, guys. Don't listen to this article too much. It was a weird comment nonetheless. At the moment, it doesn't look like he's going to be fine. Obviously, the team wasn't going to discipline him because they'd known about it. But, Gage, you know, does this comment right here make you lose any faith in Sean McDermott? Or does this just kind of like, it was just a stupid reference that he made, whatever?
It doesn't make me lose any faith in him at all. It definitely is a weird comment, but in a tragic way, that reference is kind of right. He's right.
Okay, and I'll bring this up. I once heard, and it felt like inappropriate, but the dude was just messing around. But he was talking about how you have to be a warrior like the fucking German SS soldiers were. I'm like, dude, you can't say that. He's like, well, think about it. They had like 200,000. They had like 200,000 of them fighting, 20 million Russians, but they just keep going. They keep going. They never lost their fight. And I'm like, well, dude, they also were prescribed amphetamines and sex dolls. So a little bit of a different story. But I don't lose any faith in Sean McDermott because of these comments. I definitely think that this makes his seat a little bit hotter in a sense, because it's like, okay, now you don't have your scapegoats. These things are coming out. Quentin Spain, when they fired Ken Dorsey, he tweeted out that they fired the wrong guy. And we all know that he abruptly was let go from the team. And that was just kind of shocking because we had just extended him. And so it makes you wonder. But then again, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, those guys are still there. All those guys are still there. They obviously, look at Shaq Lawson. Came back to play for Sean McDermott. I think that there's just, for some reason, there's just noise in the media or outside of the media that is just trying to derail this Bills team as much as they can by outside noise. Because, Gage, before this season and a little bit of last, this locker room was so tightly knit, it was like you were in a fucking family. But now it seems like a little bit of that is gone this year. So, it's like somebody's, releasing some fucking shit out there that's trying to destroy this team. What I would do if I were the Bills team is just everybody get rid of social media. Go get a fucking horse and buggy. No alcohol. In bed by 9. And read your playbook. Right? Because at the end of the day, Gage, we can't afford any of these fucking distractions. And, that's, with that being said, like I said, I don't know enough about it to really make a full-on reaction to it. But it was over 4 years ago, and he did apologize, which at least, hey, he didn't try to deny it. He just came right out and, all right. Versus people will say, I'm declining to comment at this time. I've made stupid comments before that I thought sounded funny or sounded like kind of like inspiring, but it's like low-key, like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's so, I understand. But at the end of the day, I don't think Sean McDermott was, trying to recruit anybody for Al-Qaeda or ISIS or anything like that. In fact, I don't think that at all. I think what he was trying to say is, you have to be ready to go against higher forces and a lot more forces sometimes. But at the end of the day, if you all work together, you can complete your mission. It's a terrible way to make that reference. But I'm going to go on and that's where I'm going to say, Sean McDermott probably meant in that regard. So, whatever. If you guys are just now tuning in, you're live here in the Sit Down, presented by www.buffalosauceguy.com and Ducks Famous Wings. I'm live here with 12 Gauge. We're going to have Tyler Andrews joining us here in a little bit to talk hockey. But, guys, keep those comments flowing. Call into the hotline at 716-800-1772. So we're going to move on from the Sean McDermott talk just because right now there's no other really news to be said about it. But we're going to talk about this one. Von Miller's status. At the moment, no charges have been filed. He has not been placed on the commissioner's exempt list or whatever the heck it is. And he's going to play this weekend. There were people that were outraged. And it's like, okay, again, guys, none of us were in that situation. Nobody knows what happened in that situation. All I know is that Von Miller has not been charged. And he's at the moment not guilty. So am I supposed to sit here and say, no, screw you? Look at Matt Ariza. And I 100% supported the Bills' decision to just let him go because of the distraction it caused. But look at that guy. That guy was held over the coals just to find out that he didn't do anything wrong at all, and he was completely innocent. And this kid had a bright future ahead of him. That's all I'm saying is, what the heck? So Von Miller is going to play this weekend, and everybody that hates on Von Miller because of his lack of production, you guys need to understand this guy could have honestly not even played this year because he got hurt towards the end of last year for an ACL injury. But Von Miller's a damn dog, and he's doing his best to be out there. I saw TJ Watt last night for the Steelers not do a damn thing because he was hurt from the first play, but he was in the game the whole time, and you would think that he was going to make a play, but no. What did it do, though? It still created opportunities for other guys. Von Miller is, at the end of the day, got enemies because this woman probably was a friend of Cam Newton's, is what somebody told me. And, Cam Newton wanted to get some revenge for being absolutely struck with fear in the Super Bowl. But Von Miller is innocent at the moment, not charged, not suspended, anything like that. So I don't have any problem with him playing. if there's any sort of wrongdoing and he is, guilty of assaulting this woman, then yeah, fucking get rid of him. There's no room for that shit. Also, people are outraged, but you remember that the NFL has poorly handled a lot of these domestic violence disputes and shit like that. So they're obviously not going to just, let this slide because he's a more superstar name. No, there's just nothing to even charge him for at this moment. And there's a lot of stuff that seems to have come to his defense. Then there's people saying, oh, there's videos and stuff. All I'm saying is the woman right away said, oh, there was no assault. And then it's like, oh, he had it. Let them live their personal lives. If he gets arrested or actually fucking in any trouble, then you get rid of him. But for now, innocent until proven guilty, America. Don't forget that. Don't you forget that. Even look at OJ still walking around. We all know he did something, but he is an innocent man from one crime. But if you guys are just now tuning in, man, we've got some comments here. Plus, it was over a year that we saw that same trade. Yeah, dude. NBA players typically are out for 2 years with ACL injuries. Von Miller being back on the field at all this year and at the level he's been is, hey, I at least, love the guy for at least trying to earn his $120 million versus Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. I knew this was his plan. Miss some games, get hurt or go get another massage and get that $235 million and probably go play rugby or something like that after. But ACL injuries are very hard to come back from. But all I'm saying, Bills Mafia, what if all of a sudden playoffs come around or close to the end of the season where we need to win some of these games, and all of a sudden Von Miller starts getting you a couple big plays, or it creates an opportunity for other guys to get some big plays. All I'm saying is it happens. Gage, you want to know one of my favorite examples of somebody that basically didn't play all year long and then just came out in the Super Bowl and said what's up? Percy Harvin for the Seahawks. I don't think I remember him playing a single game that whole regular season, and all of a sudden, Super Bowl, Percy Harvin was Percy Harvin.
Yeah.
And that guy's got serious anger problems. He's got migraines all the time because he's a nut job. I love that. You know what I'm saying? But Von Miller will be back. I don't want them to cut him this year. I want him to come, do his job and do exactly what we brought him here to do. And that's help these young guys grow and help create the most fierce pass rush in all football, to the point where Aaron Rodgers, Tua, and whoever plays quarterback for New England is just going to actually say, no, I'm good. But we're having a great show so far, Gage. I love you very much, buddy. It's Saturday, and for those of you out there that like sports betting, we're going to have some sports betting picks ahead. And Gage, just tell the people, am I hot right now, or am I what? Tell them. I don't know.
This man is hot right now. He's
all I'm
on
saying is,
fire with his picks lately.
I'm going 5 of 5 on parlays, 4 out of 5 on parlays. I'm going like 8 out of 10 on a daily basis. But I also learned scary money don't make money. So you actually just have to be like, fuck it. If this bet loses, I don't give a shit. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, of course that can end up being a bad thing for people when you start chasing. So maybe you can take some free picks from me and Gage over here, and you guys can maybe win yourself some money. By the way, if you guys haven't already signed up for any sports betting accounts in New York State, there are some promotions where you can deposit as little as $5 and get $150 back in free bets. And if you are interested in doing that, I'd be more than happy to help you get set up with that. Just ask Gage. Gage, when it all started out, remember I called you, I said you need to sign up for this account before tomorrow at 9 a.m. What'd you end up getting? Like $900 out of the free money?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
See, now, Gage, I want to, offer real fast, just a little side note. If you guys are smart and you go sign up on DraftKings and FanDuel, you get that free play. You take all the free play from one and put it on one spread, and then you take the free play from the other and put it on the other one. That way you guarantee yourself that money. At least half of it, because that's $150 in site credit, not actual money. So, hey, you want to put some money in your pocket, guys? Stay tuned with us here. We have a lot more in the show here still ahead. We are talking about Von Miller's status. He's going to play for the Bills this weekend. And we are going to talk about the injury report, all that, and much more here in the sit-down right here, presented by Duff's Famous Wings and www.buffalosaucegod.com. So we're going to go into our first segment here, and this is one that I absolutely love. It's just the best moment of the Bills season so far. Let's go to Bada Bing, Bada Boom.
This is the Army where you shoot them a mile away
Yeah, you got to get close like this and bada bing. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to go over some of these clips that you hear in some of my segments. That right there is Santino Corleone telling Michael Corleone, his little brother, this ain't the Army where you shoot him a mile away. You got to get close like this and bada bing. And one of the best movies ever made right there. But Gage, bada bing, bada boom, best moment of the Bills season so far for you? I'm curious. And then I'll go into mine.
The best moment. I really have not thought about it that much.
I'll tell you my favorite moment of the season so far, Gage. I'll tell you mine. This is easy.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins 48-20. Because Josh Allen had, I believe, a perfect passer rating in that game. It's one of the last games I remember him not having a turnover, which I don't give a fuck about his turnovers. If you look at his total touchdowns versus his turnovers, he's doing just fine. I think that was the best moment because we saw the most complete game of football from us in all three phases this year. And that was when it just like showed me that no matter how good any of these other teams get, when we play our best and when we're clicking, especially when we play against Miami, that this is a team that can always win, which we're going to need that type of mentality for the rest of the way, Gage. I'll tell you another moment that I absolutely loved was honestly, I think it was a really, really big thing when we beat the Jets 32-6 the way that we did. But I also think the best moment of the season really so far, Gage, was actually just the fact that Dalton Kincaid started getting more catches, because then all of a sudden we got to see exactly why this kid was a first-round draft pick as a tight end. And it started to make sense to me that, okay, well, I wanted maybe a linebacker, this and that, but no, this made sense because you need a guy that can catch everything. Dalton Kincaid has the best catch rate amongst all receivers and tight ends right now in football. And that's one of the best moments for me. But Gage, I'm just expecting the best moment still is to come. And I think that it's going to sound weird to people, but even the way that we played against Philadelphia, to me, was a good moment too, because it's like this showed me, all right, even though this is a fucking team right here, we're right there. That was our game. You know what I'm saying? So like, there it is. And I fully believe, the AFC is a much different conference, and I think that's good for the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen too. You're gonna have to face tougher competition, maybe kind of getting you more in the mode for a big game like the Super Bowl. But with that being said, guys, keep those comments flowing. Hit that like and share. You're live here in the sit down with myself at 12 Gage, and we're gonna have Tyler Andrews on here in just a little bit. But Gage, when you have the good, you have to have the opposite, right? So let's go ahead to our next segment of the bad. Forget about it. Play that video.
What's forget about it? If you disagree like a Lincoln is better than a Cadillac, forget about it.
The Bills lost week 1 against the Jets. Forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they lost to the Patriots. Forget about it. The referees just want to screw us up anytime that we play against Jacksonville. Forget about it. But no, Gage, the worst moment of the season so far, it to me is got to be, it's simple. It's the Denver game. The way that they lost, because I was there, and because I've never seen my buddy Drew so mad that he completely forgot I was even there with him, and had to come back and look for me as we were walking out of the stadium. But that was just right there. It just was like a game where it shows you that these players are making these incredible plays. And it reminds me of like Hail Murray. It reminds me of Justin Jefferson's catch last year, Garrett Wilson's catch. Just moments like that, right? And we saw the Broncos kind of come alive. Now, I think that right there, it was just a low point for us because obviously they had lost to Miami, the 70-20. But I think that the Denver game was just a bad thing for us because, like, you never want to fucking have a missed field goal, because as we're watching the field goal about to get kicked, I'm like, oh, they're not going to be able to stop they got to get right up and kick. They might miss. And of course they miss a Gage. But as everybody's cheering, I'm looking. I'm not cheering yet. I'm looking, and there's the yellow flag. It's just like, come on.
Yep.
Come on. You want to talk about proving my point that the only team that can beat the Bills is themselves? Right there. Regardless of officiating, regardless of any big plays, regardless of mistakes, right there. But overall, man, that just was a moment. It's like, okay, well, hopefully this is going to be your turnaround. And so at the moment, it could be Gage. That right there was the worst moment of the season, and I'm hoping that that's going to just lead us to a steady climb up from there. Also, the worst moment of the Bills season so far was definitely the moment that Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White all went out with injury. And any time that we threw the ball towards Dawson Knox when he was still healthy playing, that was also one of the worst moments too for us. But I think everybody's just reading into Josh Allen's turnovers way too much, Gage, and everybody's just, counting him out. And I think it's a good thing. That's okay. That's a good thing for me. But with all that being said, guys, feel free to join us here in the comments if you're watching on the Roku TV app for the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. By the way, Gage, let's play that little video for the Northeast Streaming Sports Network that you guys can check out on Roku TV.
This is Northeast Streaming Sports.
And I was actually on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network the other night with Mac, and I've actually been on a couple of their shows now. Really interesting takes that those people had. There was a dude that was representing Philadelphia. That's exactly why I love people from Philadelphia, because they're just like us, screaming about God knows what and yelling about this guy, that guy. It's like calling Brock Purdy a terrible quarter. It's like that's Philly football, just like Buffalo, except I think Philadelphia is just more rowdy than us. And you know why? Because we used to be just as rowdy, if not more, but then we just never won anything. So we kind of everybody hated us. So we kind of had to get drunk and classy versus drunk and trashy. So it was a fun time. But yeah, guys, check it out on your Roku TV app, the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Tons of great content and much more. Gage, I think after we get through the Sauce God rant of the day, we're going to bring in Tyler, and we're going to actually just let him hang out with us and maybe talk some football with us too, and before we get into hockey, and let the guy get a little taste of something, because I know, hey, he might be a Saints fan, but he stresses just as much about the Bills as I do, and that says a lot. But Sauce God's rant of the day, Gage, here we go. Why is it that Mike Greenberg, he steps up, and everybody around the table was all looking at him like, oh, how dare you say a damn good thing about Josh Allen? You know the narrative that this network is trying to push. All I'm saying is, so these people they have on TV, Gage, are just not the people that I need to get information from. Robert Griffin III, I used to have a ton of respect for. He just told me that last night the LSU quarterback had the best college football quarterback season ever. Nope, Joe Burrow did. Or if you don't want to say him, then Cam Newton did. And that's just not even close. Joe Burrow did things that I honestly think are terrifying. Oh, big game? I'll toss for 500 yards, no picks. Okay. Joe Burrow honestly just lit up everything that year. And no matter how good you were, it didn't matter. Joe Burrow was better than everybody else. So I just don't understand why. What is the hate towards Josh Allen? I mean, it's just, is it because he's cocky? Is it because he flops? What is it? Because I don't understand it. Oh, he's inaccurate? That's a reason to hate him? No. Because I'll tell you what, any of those people that hate on Josh Allen and call him trash or a bust, if they needed a quarterback and Josh Allen was, for grabs, do you think any of them are going to honestly tell me I don't want him? That's like me saying, I honestly don't want fucking Tom Brady or Bill Belichick. Fuck that. But the moment they got there, I'd be like, yeah, all right. That's all I'm saying. So where's all this hatred for Josh Allen coming from? Because I don't understand the narrative. We're going to bring up some stats here in a little bit too, guys. They're going to compare Josh to Pat Mahomes, and you guys are going to kind of see a little bit of this is an unfair narrative. It's kind of feeling like propaganda is being pushed upon us for sports. I'm not going to ever root for the Patriots. I'm always going to root for the Bills. I don't care if we finish with 0 wins every year. I'll tell you that we're the best losers there are. Thank you, Mike Greenberg, for stepping up and standing up for Josh Allen, because he pointed out a lot of really great facts. That Josh Allen is a touchdown machine. You guys act like Pat Mahomes is the coming savior here, but you understand that Josh Allen has, 12 more touchdowns than him total? Yeah. I'll live with the turnovers if I'm going to get that many touchdowns year after year. And Josh Allen is going to possibly become one of the, I think, the first ever quarterback to have 40-plus touchdowns total in like 4 straight seasons. No one's ever done that. Not Brady, not Manning, not Mahomes. So all I'm saying is when Pat Mahomes stops putting ketchup on steak, then I won't ask for people to fucking, have the same standard for Josh Allen. But until then, no, put that ketchup away and let Josh Allen get the hot sauce and let my guy play some damn football and watch the greatness, okay? Watch the greatness, all right? Because even me now, Gage, I have come to respect Tom Brady. I have. I hated watching him play against us, sure, but I've come to respect the heck out of the guy because you know why? He really only lived, eat, and whatever the fuck, football. That's it. That's it. And he wasn't a pussy. I know he always kind of looked like he was crying out there, but dude, tracking down Tyrann Mathieu, people were afraid of Brady. They were. So I'm just saying, Josh Allen, go out there, don't care about the haters, because I'll tell you what, really, you have 1,000,000 and billion Bills fans worldwide that absolutely adore you, including myself. And I'll tell you, Josh, I love you, buddy. Keep the hair growing, keep the hair flowing, and keep the ball throwing. All right, guys, you're just now tuned in with us. You're live here to Sit Down, presented by Duff's Famous Wings and BuffaloSauceGod.com with myself, the Sauce God, and my guy, 12 Gage over here. Gage, by the way, man, appreciate you for also producing the show. We're going to have Tyler coming in here. And let's go ahead right now. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him in here in just a second. That way we can kind of get him back here with us at least. And we can rock the bells. All right, so now adding to the stage is... There he is, Tyler, a.k.a. Rampartshockey. How you doing, Mr. Andrews?
Well, today is wonderful, I just want to, first and foremost, Sauce God, I appreciate you fellas.
Yeah. Tyler, let me tell you, I appreciate the fuck out of you. Number one, this guy just took me to a club seats Sabres game. Didn't pay for anything, nothing. And I got to tell you, I have so much passion for like sports and the Bills, but Tyler honestly brought a tear to my eye because after, they played clips of RJ and I saw tears in this kid's eye. That just showed me this kid loved fucking hockey and he was just happy to be there. And Tyler, man, that was a heck of a time to be at a game with you. We definitely got to go to some more too, especially because Tyler, if Gage had been there with us, I would have hit some bets. I'm sure they would have probably had that in-game money line, Gage. Tyler, you have no idea. I almost won $900 that day from barely even betting anything at all.
Sauce, buddy.
But of course, Tyler here is a former hockey player. He's actually one of my longtime good buddies and a former employee of Wright Beverage, but got the heck away from there. But Tyler, so the Bills this year, bro, and everything that's going on with them. Do you ever because I know you root for the Bills, but you ever really question, is Josh Allen is he good? Is he trash? Do you ever question that, or what do you think?
Sauce, I don't ever question it. I'll always say, I root for the Bills, but I'm a Saints guy.
I'll tell you, I root for the Saints quite a bit because I'm a big Chris Olave guy. I'm a big Michael Thomas guy. I got his Ohio State jersey. But I'll tell you this much. I'm not a big Derek Carr guy. I'd rather have Taysom Hill back there, man in the helm. Just run the old school bully up offense.
And I think that's a lot of way that the NFL organization as a whole is kind of messing up the game.
You know what screws me up? I don't even know what's the name of the Saints coach. Every time I hear Saints, I still think Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
David Adams. I could, Dennis Adams, I think, honestly. But
so Tyler, tell me so far with how the NFC South has transpired. You obviously got the Panthers that are garbage. You got the Buccaneers who are not really good Pirates, and then you've got obviously the Atlanta Falcons who don't like to score when I need the over. Do you think the Saints are going to take the NFC South?
I don't believe so, because you know why? I don't feel like we have to at this moment. Everybody says, oh, it's a Super Bowl this, Super Bowl that. Everybody goes through bumps and bruises down the road.
Yeah, I hear that. I think the Saints will at least win the NFC South. I do. I don't think that there's the Falcons maybe or the Buccaneers maybe, but I think the Saints have a great defense. And you guys have been throwing the ball to Chris Olave more, and that's working. And Taysom Hill, I picked him up in fantasy, and all of a sudden he's getting used.
Culture. That's all.
Yep. By the way, best statistic I saw in all football this year was, what was it, Gage? Alvin Kamara had how many, like, was it 13 catches or for 33 yards or something? Something
Yep.
even bigger than that.
Something like that.
It's either that or the Justin Herbert, where he had like 30 yards in the first half and then ended up with like 430 and like didn't miss a pass in the second half. That was pretty strange. But Tyler, I'm happy to have you here with us, man. We're going to talk a little bit more Bills before we get into some hockey. And I'll tell you, man, I'm dying to get on the ice with you here soon too, man. I want to go out there and start skating. Here we go, fellas. All right, so Gage, would you mind actually doing me a favor and pulling up around the NFL's Week 13 matchups?
Yes, sir. I will pull that right up.
Gage is gonna get us some score. By the way, I know I mentioned that about the DraftKings and FanDuel, Gage, because I know there's one person in this stream right now that has not signed up for any of the free money yet. So Tyler, after this, I gotta sign you up, bro, because you got to get on the gravy train with me, Gage, and Timmy.
Keep her.
We all three love each other, but then when we're gambling and it's not going our way, we can all of a sudden start to really hate each other at this very same time, but still love each other too. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man, we're having a great show here on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Roku TV app. Here we got my guy Tyler Andrews here with us. We got 12 Gage, and we're going to go over the NFL schedule for the remaining games other than the Buffalo Bills and Chiefs, because I'll tell you, Sunday night's got some action, Gage. There's a lot of great action. Let's hear what we got for the NFL this week.
Yes, sir. For tomorrow's 1:00 games, we got the Tampa Buccaneers up to Atlanta to face the Falcons. We got the LA Rams coming across country to face Baltimore Ravens. And Detroit's making a trip to Chicago to take on the Bills.
Chicago probably be winning it until the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden they'll just blow it.
Knowing Chicago, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading up north to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
And that's an interesting game right there.
Carolina Panthers. Yes. We got the Carolina Panthers going down to New Orleans to take on Tyler's Saints. We got the Houston Texans going up to Jersey to face the Jets.
Yeah. We don't know who's playing
the
quarterback yet for the Jets either. I think the Jets are actually going to go with no quarterback this week. The Jets are they're not using a quarterback this week. They're actually just going to go ahead and return their bottles and cans and just get that deposit and just go home, because real fast, I want to stop. Everybody's talking about Aaron Rodgers. It's apparent he ain't coming back this year. There ain't no way. Everything that he's talked about with their organization, which makes me fully believe, Gage, that there's got to be Bill Belichick or the Miami Dolphins are putting out hit pieces out there, because people are calling for Robert Saleh's job. Come on, dude. That dude is literally trying to win games with a Mormon that bangs his best friend's mom and is in there for Aaron Rodgers. So I'm just saying, y'all had Mike White, obviously, but Matt Milano did take his soul. But Gage, continue with those games, because I'm curious as to what we're going to obviously talk about who we have to root for as Bills fans this weekend too.
Yes. So continuing on, we got the Vikings going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Big divisional game in the NFC West, where the Seattle Seahawks are going to San Francisco to face the Niners. In our game, Buffalo is going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. And in the AFC West, we got the Denver Broncos going to LA to face the Chargers. Sunday night matchup. Oh, this is going to be a good one too. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Dallas to face the Cowboys.
See, if I were an NFC East fan, I would create a parody team, the Harrisburg Beagles. You know what I'm saying? Something just ridiculous Pennsylvania wise. But real fast. I'm seeing that I got a little bit of a real fast. I'm trying to test out this new layout that I got set up. How do I do that though? I have no idea. No idea, guys. I'm trying to get a little fancy with this show, but it won't let me. So let's go back into this set. Gage, there's some good action, obviously. Philadelphia and the Cowboys. Do you think the Cowboys are actually going to take the Eagles this time?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, me neither.
Not.
Unless they throw the ball to
have too
CeeDee
much
Lamb.
firepower.
Well, if they throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb the whole game, they might, because A, B, C, D, I am a receiver. You know, he's absolutely on fire this year. He's a menace. He's just absolutely terrifying to like take down an open field, which makes me laugh because like Henry Ruggs was drafted over him by the Raiders, and he's currently locked up. So that's not what you want to be if you're a receiver or a person.
You don't know who
Gage, I think the Eagles are definitely going to win again, especially after, you know, losing to the Niners the way they did. The Eagles are damn good. I don't care if they're down at halftime. The way that they come back and they win games, that's a team that knows how to find ways to win. That's what it takes. And that's something I'm seeing more out of them versus that I'm seeing from like teams like Kansas City. Dallas hasn't had to find a way to win a game. They've just been blowing teams out, and their defensive back is like returning pick sixes for, you know, just no reason at all, right? But Dak Prescott is currently ahead of Josh Allen in passing touchdowns right now too. So like I kind of want to see, obviously, Josh, you know, he might lead the league in turnovers, but he'll lead the league in total touchdowns too, and he'll probably lead the league in the best looking in shorts too. So we got some good action, obviously, on Gage. We have to talk about here who we Bills fans have to root for. But if you guys are just now tuning in, you're live here in the sit down right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're live here with my guy Tyler Andrews joining us here for the first time. It's been a long time coming. Tyler's always been a really great supporter, and he's always low-key. I've always wanted to have him around for whenever I go live. And he's, by the way, Tyler, you're low-key. You're also an enforcer. Not only are you a playmaker, you're an enforcer. He's always in the chat telling people, hey, you got no fucking life, buddy. Don't you tell my buddy he sucks at rapping. You know what I'm saying?
They're still here, right? So,
yeah. Tyler, who do you think?
Everything that I say is constructive criticism.
Who do you have in the Super Bowl this year, Tyler? Who's your two teams for the Super Bowl?
I think the 49ers are just too tough to get, man. The 49ers have a culture in their arena. You go to fucking Candlestick Park.
The 49ers also trade for players, and they don't ever trade anything for them, it feels like. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got now Chase Young. It's like, what? Okay. And they're also doing all this with a quarterback on the least paid salary for any sort of player in the NFL, and he's literally one of the front runners for MVP. I think Brock Purdy is legit. I think he's young, obviously, and people were kind of saying, oh, he makes these couple-yard throws, but Brady did the same fucking thing. Brady did the same thing, and guess what? I don't care if it's not a throw like Josh Allen makes. It's the right throw, and that's just one thing that I think Brock Purdy does very, very well. But he's also, let's not be blind to the fact that he's gifted with best left tackle in football.
You want the
Deebo Samuel, who doesn't share toys. You got one of the best tight ends with George Kittle, right? And then you got fucking Brandon Ayuk. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got Elijah Mitchell, who comes in and bruises people. What the dude's name? Kyle Juszczyk or whatever the fuck, dude.
He went to Harvard, bro.
Juszczyk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. He's a smart man.
You see, I love Ryan Fitzpatrick, by the way. That dude is like legit. Oh, yeah. Oh, Brady. I don't care. I don't respect him at all. I fucking hate him. Like, because he hated the fact that he had to play against him twice a year and lose to him. And then, obviously, Fitzpatrick had one of the most glorious games against Brady with Brady 5 interceptions in 2011. I'll never forget that. All I'm saying is, guys, is that the Bills still have one of these elite teams just like the Eagles or the Niners. And they're doing this such a high level defensively without the best linebacker, I think, in football right now. That Matt Milano, what he does is everything. I mean, he literally does everything, and that's what's made this a little bit trickier for us. Imagine if Matt Milano was on the field with all of our offensive woes, guys, and maybe we have to get off the field again. Well, if Matt Milano was out there again.
Every time. If it's not working, go to something else.
So also too, everybody talks about Brandon Beane. Oh, is he hitting and is he missing on a lot of these sign? Dude, this is the dude that drafted Trey White, that drafted Matt Milano, that signed Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and also moved up to get Josh Allen and got Tremaine Edmonds without really sacrificing a fucking thing. All I'm saying is not every draft pick people get is going to fucking hit. Bill Belichick doesn't know how to draft anybody in the first round, but he can draft guys in fucking rounds 5, 6, and 7, you know? Mac Jones, and all the fucking N'Keal Harry, and whoever the fuck the one dude they could have had in the 5th round or whatever in the first round. All I'm saying is you can't be perfect. And us Bills fans are sitting here like expecting them to always be perfect because we've seen some perfect games, but this is a team that completely revamped everything. And this is a place that you want to play. And we have a franchise quarterback. And as far as I'm concerned, Gage, I never knew if I would see the day. I'm just watching guys come out there. Oh, well, I'll stick with Trent Edwards. He looked okay until he gets concussed. Okay, EJ Manuel until he fucking has to play for Rex Ryan. Okay, here comes Uncle Rico. Not what I wanted, but okay. And then, yeah, Tyrod, thank you. You know, it was like, all right, but guys, as long as Josh Allen plays, this team is going to compete. Everybody's saying Miami's got the division locked up.
We almost got a shot.
True at all. That ain't true at all. Miami's got a tough schedule the rest of the way, too. And all I'm saying is,
gotta get there.
All it takes is just one hint of Miami's going to trade for a different quarterback, and you're going to fuck it all up. They still haven't paid Tua, by the way. How on earth have you still not paid Tua? Meanwhile, Justin Herbert's getting fucking.
They probably did. He just forgot.
Well, Justin Herbert's getting paid. I think Justin Herbert's one of the best quarterbacks, but he's getting paid top dollar to get 6 points against the fucking Patriots.
That's the issue with it. Everybody's making that kind of money, and the rest of society.
I just need to call Josh right now and say, dude, do it like Brady did. Just, instead of 45, take 38. Fuck, you'll probably get taxed less anyways, Josh.
Yeah.
Why did Brady win so many fucking Super Bowls? Because he did the one thing that no other player ever wants to do, and he said, I just don't need all of that money. That's a lot of it as is. I'd rather have fucking people to win.
Give me a good tight end. You got to get some around you, And back to the 9/11 thing.
Yeah.
It would have been better to say the SEALs got Bin Laden. Yeah. Hello?
Or like fucking, I don't get, there's just a million other things he could have used. You could have said the way that fucking, the way that the CIA assassinated John Kennedy. Who cares? Anything but 9/11, because 9/11 still fucking, anytime it's 9/11 and there's a football, I'm crying, man. I still remember where I was. All I'm saying is he should have said, think about how we orchestrated our, whole propaganda to go to war with Al Qaeda, even though Iraq wasn't doing shit to us. It was all part of an agenda, right? We should have, been coordinated like Dick Cheney and them boys were. Not Osama bin Laden. So yeah, that was a little bit of a weird comment. It was out of touch, but again, he just came right out and said, "Yeah, my bad." Who knows? Maybe Sean McDermott had a few too many that day. Maybe he took some fucking mushrooms. I don't know. Maybe he honestly smoked weed and it was laced. All I'm saying, guys, we weren't there. So for all these people that want to Sean McDermott, no. Sean McDermott doesn't win me a Super Bowl by next year, then yeah, move on. Unless Bill Belichick really does want to come to Buffalo and be the head coach, then I think I'm going to have to just say, okay, that's Josh Allen with Bill Belichick.
Hey, cut ties with McDermott?
I don't want to, but dude, if we can't get over the hump, all I'm saying is
you can't be their friend. You're their boss. That's what.
Yeah, but your boss probably shouldn't tell you, that hey, let's get some AK-47s and some fucking, and some, Mujahideen. Like, what the fuck, Sean? Like, dude, it wasn't it was a stupid comment that he made. He should have said, let's be like the people that were on the plane as the bystanders that said, fuck this, I'm going to go ahead and raid the fucking cockpit. I'm going to get them asses out of there. That would have been better.
They brought it on.
If you guys are just now tuning in, you're live here in the sit down. And
United 93, exactly. It was that.
I got to make a quick announcement real fast, fellas, that Mike Shimbersky, a.k.a. Shimmy Stacks, is not going to be the full-time co-host of the show due to just it's just very, very difficult for him right now at this point in life. But I wanted to wish us all the very best. And so for those of you that are watching, this is going to probably be the new crew right here. And with the exception, we'll probably get Timmy on here at some point. And I'm dying to get him on here because, oh, my God. Real fast. I know, obviously, it's a little random. But, dude, Timmy is always yelling at me because I don't give him picks. But, yes, I do. Yes, I do. He just doesn't want to bet the over-under because it's Oh, man. But if you guys are just now tuning in, you're live here in the sit down. Let's get back to it, guys. Let's get back on track. And let's go into our next little bit of a segment here. We're going to talk about Bills and KC history and breakdown. So the Buffalo Bills first played against Kansas City in 2020. And that was a game that was not really a good idea of what to expect because we had the whole situation with the Titans the week before that. We didn't know if we're going to play them because of them violating COVID rules. And we end up not knowing who we're to prepare to play against. We play on a fucking Tuesday. It just screwed us up right from there. Plus, we were a young team, still finding our identity and finding ways to become elite. But we play against them in the playoffs. Okay. We didn't belong in that AFC Championship game with them. We might have belonged there, but we did not have the power to play against them. We come back next year, regular season. That was a game. I knew the Bills were going to win. I saw when Josh Allen had that big first down run when they were still introducing the players on the commentating, and he had that look in his eye. That's when I go, he ain't letting us lose this game. That's when I realized this is a team that they have what it takes to beat other teams. But they go into Kansas City for the playoffs, and we all know 13 seconds. Some people think that right there was our best fucking window. I don't think so. I don't necessarily think so because I honestly fully believe it might have been possible. We might have been so damn worn out from that game that we might not have even really competed much against the Bengals. Look at the Bengals beat the Chiefs. I would have never predicted that. But this is a team that's got to find ways to win now because you unfortunately don't have many years left with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Trey White, it's just you're going to have to fill in some of these gaps. But other teams are also going to have to do that as well. Look at Miami. They're going to still have to pay Tua, pay Jalen Waddle. You're going to have to pay all these other guys if you want to keep them. This ain't the MLB where you can have a luxury tax pass, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
By the way, too, fast baseball news, everybody. Juan Soto was 100% traded to the Yankees this week. And that's the big three right there. Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto. Not Giancarlo Stanton. Not Giancarlo Stanton. Not even Mike Stanton. That was a pretty big trade. But let's go back to the Bills in Kansas City. Tyler, you personally watching on the outside, do you see that one quarterback is maybe better than the other?
I don't. I think it's all in the way your play calling is designed. I mean, you can't expect to run Fred Jackson up the middle 13 times and then put C.J. Spiller in the game and he always goes outside. And
then all of a sudden, here's Willis McGahee and Marshawn Lynch and Anthony Thomas, A-Train.
Yeah.
I think that Pat Mahomes is just really great pocket awareness and has really, really good offensive linemen and has always been able to think very fast. I think that Pat Mahomes is one of the quickest IQs that I've seen. I mean, the play where he switched hands to his left as he's going to get hit because he's going to get hit from that side and throws it with his left hand. But I'll tell you this. There's throws that I've seen Josh Allen make that there's nobody on earth that could even fucking do that. The 80-yard bomb that he threw against Kansas City in the playoffs to start that whole comeback, where's that? What's that? Oh, he hurts his elbow against the Jets. He throws an absolute dime at the very end. If it weren't for Sauce Gardner with the defensive pass interference that wasn't called. It's like, whoa. I saw Josh Allen put one on the numbers in a fucking 30-plus mile-an-hour win game against the Patriots where Mac Jones wasn't asked to throw the ball, and he looked like a fucking hero. But Josh Allen's throwing the fucking ball 60 yards, and it's on the money.
And, fellas, that's why he's got so many picks, because he's throwing the deep ball,
But that's what I learned right away, 2019. He's going to go out there, and he's not going to be he's not a scared money, he's a scared money, don't make money kind of guy. He's going to go out there, whatever, a turnover, fine. Because Josh Allen believes fully that he can come back and get it back anyways.
Mm-hmm.
His fourth quarter against the Chiefs that year, he showed me that he had the most clutch gene for a quarterback in football that wasn't named Tom Brady. Because, dude, Gage, remember being on the phone with me? I'm like, Josh is going to have to, like, literally drop back first play and, like, bomb one here. And what did he literally do? Bombed one right away.
Oh,
Then when he threw that fourth and whatever long to take the lead, where we thought that was the game for us, that takes balls. That takes balls. You know, threw it right to the end zone instead of picking up the first down. That's what I need more of. I don't need this, we've got 30 seconds. Let's take a knee with one timeout and go to overtime. Why?
Yeah. Game managers. That's all.
No.
But I think that Kansas City right now is playing good football because of their defense. But I think that they are not as good as they've been. And I'm not saying this as a biased person either, because there was not 2 years ago, they started struggling and everybody said the Chiefs suck, but then they just went back to normal.
Yep.
But no Tyreek Hill. You have some of the receivers that were there last year ain't there. And really what's worked for Kansas City the most this year is their running back Pacheco. It's not Travis Kelce, because him and Taylor Swift are too busy getting it on and making shitty country music. But
it's either Sky Moore or that's it, you know.
And I'm not hearing his name. But Pacheco, he's scary. But he's not going to be playing this weekend, actually, which was a little shocking to me because thank God, because it seems like whenever somebody hurts that dude, he gets just more mad and actually runs tougher.
Yeah.
By the way, that's an interesting last name, Pacheco. He sounds like a fucking drug kingpin. You know what I mean? But he's running something. All right, let's keep it going, guys. We're getting a little off track because I'm obviously having a great time with these two. I'm here with two of my best friends. Finally got Tyler on here. But let's go into the quarterback sneak with Mike Szyberski. No, it's going to be with Sauce this week on evaluating Josh Allen's quarterback play. Let's go ahead and play that video of the quarterback sneak, Gage. And Josh Allen for the first time. And now for the QB sneak with your co-host, Mike Szyberski. Psych! The quarterback sneak is actually going to be run by your receiver right here, yours truly. The quarterback sneak is a really good segment because we talk about the quarterback play as of late. But here you go. Some people consider the first and second best quarterback in football, or at least two of the top three. You got Pat Mahomes versus Josh Allen. This is how they pair against each other this year, guys. And let me see. I pull it up right there. Comparing the numbers. Let's go through it. So passing yards. Josh Allen is currently at 3,214. He's good enough for sixth. He's beaten Pat in that regard. I don't care about passing yards because you could throw for 600, but if you don't score the ball, what does it really matter? Passing touchdowns. Josh Allen 24 versus Pat Mahomes 22. Second and fifth. Interceptions. There's only a 3 difference right there. Okay, 13 to 10. Rushing yards, very close in this regard, 342 to 331, but look at the rushing TDs. Josh Allen has 9, which is good enough for 6th in all of football, not amongst quarterbacks, amongst all players in football. That includes Christian McCaffrey, who just gets 3 or more a game, it feels like. Pat Mahomes has a wonderful 0 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback rating, this is one that I am honestly loving seeing. That Josh Allen, no matter what his turnovers have looked like, he has been efficient as far as quarterback rating. Look at him, 72.4. Good enough for third. Pat Mahomes is at fourth with a 69.7. Total turnovers, Josh Allen's got 16, but why? Because he actually runs with some fucking ferocity and he doesn't just dance back and forth along the sidelines until he, throws a pass off the goalpost and kicks it off his back foot or whatever Pat Mahomes tries to do. So you look at that, 16 turnovers versus 10, but the total touchdowns, guys, 33 for Josh, 22 for Pat. So would you rather have 22 and 10, or would you rather have 33 and 16? Because I'll tell you, what if Josh doesn't have a single turnover for the rest of the year? Okay. All I'm saying is, Peyton Manning, that dude started off with a lot of interceptions in his career. Brett Favre too, but Brett Favre was also doing painkillers, so it's a little bit different. But Josh Allen is not even being really considered much for the MVP, but Pat Mahomes still is. There's just way more other guys I'd rather have than Pat Mahomes. I'd rather have Dak Prescott at this moment. In fact, honestly, I'd rather give it to Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is making the Miami Dolphins what they are. It
Hey,
ain't
yeah.
Tua. Tyreek Hill, man. Fucking only time he sucks is when he says something bad about the opposing team or fan base or something, and then all of a sudden he sucks. But the quarterbacks, guys, Pat Mahomes has got 2 Super Bowls. He's got Josh in the playoffs. But I don't know. I just think that does Travis Kelce and Pat Mahomes really look like that Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce combo? No. I think I'd rather see Josh Allen and Dalton Kincaid.
I think they're almost time's up too, you know, because the Chiefs, yeah, they're very wise in everything they create, but at the same time, you know, they're kind of like us. They hold on to certain people, you know, like Eric Wood. We had him for how long, you know?
Well, they've got Chris Jones on defense, and Chris Jones honestly can like take over games. It's terrifying what Chris Jones can do. I feel like that dude's in every single freaking play. Pat Mahomes has been gifted with the fact that even if he's not playing well, his running backs will be given the ball and they'll get it going with them. Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, fucking Jerick McKinnon or McKinnon or whatever it is. Yeah, like dude, where's that guy come from?
Yeah.
So
overall,
all I'm saying is if people actually look at the numbers, Josh Allen's interceptions are only high because he's actually been unlucky. Tipped passes from his receivers. Kind of just throwing it because you got to throw for a 3rd, 4th and long or whatever. You're basically punting it. Josh Allen is actually still very, very, very efficient regardless of his turnovers. But you're going to have turnovers when you're asked to do everything, you know? So that's all I'm saying. But with that being said, guys, that's comparing the quarterback numbers for this week's matchup of the Bills versus Kansas City. And I'll tell you, it's going to end up in Josh playing much better. Pat Mahomes might throw for more yards, but he's going to throw for less touchdowns, and he's going to throw for more interceptions. If you guys are just now tuning in, though, you're here with the Sauce God in Rampartshockey. I call you Rampartshockey instead of hockey. My guy Ty Rangers in 12 gauge, of course, the Mr. Rage on stage. And I'll tell you what, I like to be an author, and I never wrote a page. And if you're just now tuning in, though, hit that like and share, guys. We still got a heck of a lot more show here on the Roku TV app, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and all that. So now let's go into the next segment here of the victory formation, the Bills' offensive keys against the Chiefs. Let's play that video.
Oh. Not where I need to be.
Gatorade! Formation is brought to you in part by Dan Fourth Plumbing. Of course, guys, this is going to be the victory formation, which, if you don't already know, victory formation week after week is just going to be the offensive keys for the Buffalo Bills going forward. So, we got a little comment from Lance over there. Lance, a.k.a. Mafia Montage, a.k.a. I'm stressed the fuck out, but I'm also one of the fucking coolest and fun dudes ever and one of the best dads, and also Lance, I love you because you mouth off to people and they have such thin skin that they like try to get you in trouble. So screw them, Lance. I love you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Victory formation, guys. Offensive keys. It's real simple. I got a little graphic here to show you right here. No drop passes. What do I say every motherfucking week? No drop passes. If we lose the game and have no drop passes, then fine. You guys can get me to do a few laps, but no drop passes. Find the hot hand. For some reason, some weeks it's Gabe Davis. Sometimes it's Khalil Shakir. I think it's got to be Dalton Kincaid or somebody this week. You just got to find who it is and go to him and dish and dish and dish and just wear down this Chiefs team and make Chris Jones switch his name from Jones Chris. And of course, guys, controlling the clock and finishing drives. You know why? Because if you keep the Chiefs offense off the field, we don't have to sit here and stress this damn much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the Bills' offense controls the possession and they move the ball downfield and they finish drives, they beat teams earlier in this year with that exact game plan. And I think the Chiefs, obviously, you want to keep them off the field as much as you can with their offense. But maybe, you let that offense get on the field and you make a couple fucking big-time plays on defense, make the game easier for your offense as well. So, defense, get ready to fucking cover your boys again. In offense, if you come out there looking stupid at all, I'm going to go to an old Western shootout with every single one of you and go to the old saloon. And I'm going to take Mac Jones down there, and I'm going to have everybody beat him up. Because Mac Jones, you suck. And Bailey Zapp, I hate you too, but way to go for taking Mac Jones' job and making it, a real fun game over there. So now we have the offensive keys to the game for the Bills again. I think other than that, you don't want to have turnovers. You don't want to have penalties, sure, but just go out there and play your damn game. I don't care what happened with the miscommunication with Gabe. I don't care about the drop pass from James Cook. But I will tell you who cannot have any of these stupid plays is Stephon Diggs. What's it with him? The last few weeks of football, I feel like this guy's just, making plays that you don't see him make because he doesn't make those stupid plays. But you got to find a way this week to just clean up your mistakes. That's what we used to have to do when we had to play against the Patriots if we wanted to have a shot at winning. Well, let's go in there. Let's play a fucking clean game offensively. Now let's go into the next segment here, guys, of the defensive keys to the game, which is going to be the pain trains. Let's play that video. Yeah, you got to get those pain trains absolutely ready because I'll tell you what, man. What is it with Buffalo sports and their train horns? I mean, the Sabres horn, the fucking Bills horn, that gets me fired up, man. If that meant I had to wake up in the morning or I had to go to war, I would fucking go do it every time I hear that horn. The defensive keys this week for the Buffalo Bills, it's real fucking simple, guys. I mean, come on. It's right here. Swallow the pocket and creating pressure. You don't want to open up those running lanes. He did a great job in the first half against Jalen Hurts, but we all know Pat Mahomes runs for like 1,000,000 yards a game without actually getting any rushing yards. Do not over-pursue tackles. Don't get so hesitant and afraid. Just make the play. And that's something I've seen a little bit better from our guys is better tackling. And, unless we get called for an unnecessary roughness, which we shouldn't be, but whatever. Creating turnovers. Now, whether it's going to be via interception or fumbles, I don't care. But you need to create some turnovers, and you need to shut down Travis Kelce this game because this is one guy, no matter who we've played well against and who we've defended well against, Travis Kelce has always got it going against us. But this is a down year for him. I've seen Travis Kelce fumbling and not making those same types of plays that he once was. And I think a lot of it is because of the Hollywoodness that's going on over there. I mean, come on. You got a woman that's got $1 billion grossing tour, and you're talking about that as the big, headlines in NFL every week. Distractions. Which is kind of what my concern with Josh Allen was a little bit of, too. Is Josh Allen distracted? No, he's not. He's just sick and tired of having to go out there and play his damn game, and people tell him he sucks. I'd be fucking pissed off, too. Especially when I'm getting snubbed in MVP voting every fucking year in my life. Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers threw less interceptions. Let's give him the... No. All I'm saying is defense, get out there and wreak fucking havoc. AJ Epinesa. Ray Rousseau. If Von Miller gets a sack this week, I think Bills Mafia will literally just finally let him... All right, you can stay. Gage, you know how I feel about Dorian Williams. This is a guy that's got a fucking opportunity. You got speed. This team needs you to step up. And you know what? This is a team where their backups have been stepping up. Look at what our defense has done without the guys that we have. Our offense has no injuries, but yet we are, come on. All I'm saying is, defensively, don't be afraid of the Chiefs. In fact, go shut the Chiefs out. Let them put up 0. Beat the Chiefs 3-0 for all I care. Just go out there and don't let fucking Pat Mahomes even think that he's a magician. No left-handed passes, no Superman passes, none of that shit. None of it. No Isaiah Pacheco for the Chiefs. That's obviously huge too. So, hey, all right, but let's keep it going though, guys. That is the defensive keys this week for the Buffalo Bills. And we're going to go into the weakest link, which is the injury report. I'm going to pull that up for you guys right now. The Buffalo Bills, for the most part, did look pretty solid coming into this week. I'm going to pull that up for y'all right now. But how you boys feeling so far? Good show. I know I've been talking more than both of you guys, but believe me, I got plenty for you.
Hey, it's good though. Like, the good thing about what we do is we use our brains. Everybody out here has got to use it. That's why That's why.
So here's my thing. I'm going to ask a random question while I get this injury report. Do you guys think that Frank Reich was fired undeservingly? Like he shouldn't have been fired? I don't think he should have been fired. You're coming off of the first overall draft pick, and you didn't get C.J. Stroud, but you're not winning games? Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you supposed to win fucking games with? DJ Moore? Oh, he's in Chicago.
Can't do it, but
Christian McCaffrey. Oh, Shabba Hubbard. Oh.
That kid from USC, they ain't gonna do nothing with him. It's gonna be the
Caleb
same.
Williams don't got it. He don't got it.
You
He don't got it. You want to know why? It's all about money. It's all about money. You already know it with him.
Revenue, strength in numbers.
And he didn't even look that good this year. He looked.
100%.
I'd rather have Shadir Saunders.
Yeah.
That kid had no offensive line and was just balling.
Yep.
And his dad is Coach Prime.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
100%.
I think there's a good chance that the Bears do get this first overall pick. They're not going to. I think they're going to stick with Justin Fields. He started actually getting it together a little bit there for part of the season, but Marvin Harrison Jr. could be the first overall pick. Michael Penix won the Heisman last night too, huh?
Yes.
So
I was hoping it
a
would.
Washington player. That's just crazy. The last big prominent player out of Washington I can remember was Jake Locker, who was supposed to be a big time quarterback prospect and didn't do shit.
Titans, right?
I think he passed away too. No, that was Ryan Mallett. My bad. Ryan Mallett passed away. Congrats to Washington. Even though I'm a big Texas fan, I feel awful for Florida State. I don't like Florida State though. Overall, though, I felt like Marvin Harrison Jr. should have won Heisman though. He should have.
They would have made it in. Say Shador and Dion went to Florida State. They would have made it in if they're 13-0.
All I'm saying is, if Florida State really said, all right, fine, hey, we should be in there, then play like a little head-to-head game, and if they lose, they got to forfeit football for a year or something like that. Put your money where your mouth is. But I felt like it's stupid. Wasn't Florida State undefeated?
Yes, sir, they were.
Conference champions?
Yes. Yes, they were.
Okay, I don't care if Alabama's
Yes.
in the SEC. Alabama lost to one of the teams in the college football. I would have actually put Georgia over Alabama still.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, again, but I will say college football playoffs have been getting better about the diversity that's in. And we got Washington this year. We had TCU a year. We had Cincinnati. I personally, fellas, I really believe that Texas might win this whole fucking thing. I don't think Michigan's going to. I don't think there's any way Michigan can win this year with everything that happened with the sign stealing and all that.
They want it
There's
so
no way.
That's the biggest. You can't want it so bad. You gotta let the whole thing come to you.
Well, if Coach Sarkisian for Texas doesn't relapse and start drinking again, Texas might win this fucking whole thing. But if he drinks and goes to another press conference like he did at USC, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. This dude's just like, yeah, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking. But yeah, he got another job. Let's get back to it, fellas. I love that we're talking a little bit of every bit of sports. I like that this is a more free-range show today, too, because, hey, I just love talking sports. And sometimes I'm a little too professional for everybody else. But we've got the injury report right here for you guys. If you guys are just now tuning in, you're here with the Sauce God in 12-gauge and Rampartshockey, Mr. Tyler Andrews. But here's what we got for the Chiefs. Donovan Smith, offensive tackle, did not participate with a neck injury. He's out. Isaiah Pacheco with a shoulder injury is out. Drew Tranquil took too many tranquilizers and got a concussion. He's out. Brian Cook is an ankle injury. He is out. Pat Mahomes put ketchup on his steak and he's sick. He will play. And there's a lot of guys for the Chiefs that are like hobbled, but they're actually still gonna. Oh shit! Huh. It just kicked us off the Northeast thing on Roku, I think.
I think the Bills need
shit.
That's okay. We're still live here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. It could be because the next show was coming on or whatever. For the Buffalo Bills, though, this is what we have. Dalton Kincaid was a full participant. Nobody looks like they're not going to play this week. Dane Jackson participated. Dawson Knox still on injury reserve, and let's hope that he just stays there or becomes a blocker or whatever. The Bills look good to go this week. everybody that always like gets worried about Josh Allen being on the injury report, you realize that Pat Mahomes is on there? Like,
Who's they got? Chase Heaney?
who?
Heaney.
I thought you said Jay Sealy.
Yeah,
I thought you said Jay Sealy. I was gonna say, yeah, Jay's fucking Sealy, fucking the world's greatest kickoff with the boot on his foot. But dude, one day in practice, he had the boot on. He kicked a 65-yard field goal without the boot. Couldn't kick a 20.
Oh yeah, it's like the laying down basketball shot. You got
Jay Sealy. His uncle's Ed Henry.
Wow.
LeRaeFootball.com. Oh god, that cracks me up. Jay Sealy, man. If you're watching this, buddy,
That's what
stay in school. All right, let's keep it going here. We've got the unsung hero next, which is going to be the under the radar performer of the week for offense and defense. And Gage, let's do it. Let's play the unsung hero. I feel like this week, the unsung hero is going to be one of the other running backs not named James Cook, whether it's going to be Ty Johnson, whether it's going to be Latavius Murray, or if we should, for some reason, see Leonard Fournette, who's itching to play. I think one of those running backs is going to make a couple plays here and there, especially Ty Johnson. I feel like that kid comes in with so much juice because he's like, I got to earn my way onto this fucking team right now. He doesn't like ever get tackled. He just keeps his feet moving. And that's all I'm saying. When you have like so much hunger to go out there and earn your job on the team, you're going to use your fundamentals and you're going to play some sound football. But when you all of a sudden start having a little bit of success, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. That's all I'm saying. Brady got cocky and went back to football and lost his wife Giselle in the process of it. But hey, he had enough Super Bowls where I think he can. Why did he have to come back and play another year? He just didn't want to be with Giselle, or
didn't want to see his kids.
Oh no, he probably wanted to see his kids, but he probably didn't want his kids, complaining about mommy to him. Mommy said you can't play football this week again, Dad. You're gonna get hurt. For the unsung hero this week, though, guys, it's simple. Defensively for the Bills, it's going to be, I think, honestly, Dane Jackson. He's going to play this week, and he's been, when he comes off injury, he plays with some fire. But I also think offensively for the Bills, it's going to honestly be, other than a running back, it's going to probably be this week Trent Sherfield. I feel like that's one guy that is just like, whoa, so is this guy going to get involved? Because you can't really say Stephon Diggs. You can't say Dawson. You can't say Dalton Kincaid. You could say Khalil Shakir, but when he's putting up 100-plus yards, is he really that unsung? Who do you guys got? You guys want to make a pick here?
I think we go with Khalil Shakir on this one, guy.
Khalil Shakir and Khalil Mack.
Screw it.
I like that. Tyler, yeah, he's actually my pick for the whole season, Khalil Shakir. What about defense?
Oh, man. Linval Joseph.
Yes. Yeah, he's been tearing up a little bit. He's mad out there.
Ooh.
He's mad that he got named Linval.
Nice.
Linval.
Good.
Linval.
Listen.
How
Sabres
about
got,
Kingsley Jonathan? No, they're just saying. How about Kingsley Jonathan?
let them live their life. Don't boo.
Spirits in my head and
Kingsley.
they won't go. Hey, I think the unsung hero for the Bills defense this week is going to be fucking Rasmus Dahlin.
Oh, for sure.
Imagine him playing safety? No.
Yes.
That'd be fucking scary. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going deep. Oh, you just got trucked by a fucking Swiss dude that wears number 26 and can score? Okay. Sabres just made a gigantic trade. They just got fucking Connor McDavid because the NHL said it's about time that they actually finally had him for all the robbery that they had to endure over the years. So it looks like Connor McDavid will be coming to the Sabres.
Goals in like 11 games or something.
Who?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid plays hockey with blindfolds on because he's that much better than everybody else. It's not even close to the second best player in the NHL, in my opinion.
Yeah, not even fair.
Unless it's Patrick Kane getting accused of sexual assault, then that guy there's nobody that can touch him because that still gets. I got goosebumps thinking about it. But all right, let's keep it going, guys. We're having a really wonderful show today. I'm having a great time. But Introducing Tyler, Rampartshockey. Tyler Andrews. Little career record of 1,000,000 in hockey. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen one guy carry his team every game for every game that I ever watched you ever stream, Tyler. And, your back is still holding up over there, buddy. So,
Well,
Tyler, tell me overall, though, what's your greatest sports memory? What's your greatest sports memory?
you know what I would have to say? Hold my dick! Because I'm telling you, buddy guy, that had me heated.
Your Saints, obviously you have a world championship. Do you think that you guys are still maybe within ever seeing another championship in the next 5 to 10 years?
The young man's game.
Exactly why you don't want Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is all right, though. He's not the worst.
He's all right, but if he didn't start his career in Oakland and then get absolutely torn up, he actually probably would have went on because he was good as rookie in second year.
Devontae Adams and fucking leave.
Well, don't forget John Gruden came in and also traded away here's your best receiver, Amari Cooper. Bye. By the way, Al Davis apparently wants to bring back fucking John Gruden. And I love it. Shouldn't have ever been fired anyways. John Gruden doesn't hate anybody. He will tell you the best things about that third string guy on that practice squad. I'll tell you, the way he busts his ass in practice, it's got me thinking Mel Kiper doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
He's like Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy has got to be the only guy to ever have one of the most elite offenses ever and still not a head coach. He just got another offensive coordinator job for the Washington Riveras. By the way, other real fast, there's a Native American group that is actually trying to sue the Redskins because of the fact that they want their honor represented with the name Redskins. By the way, I feel like football hasn't been the same since we've had the Washington Redskins.
2012.
You can't be a commander if you literally suck that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
Getting the card.
Sam Howell. The dude's leading the league in passing, and you would just never even know that he was actually having a decent year.
Yep.
I just get mad because it's like, okay, Scary Terry's on your team.
Yeah,
you're gonna throw the ball to him.
Under the radar, lead passing.
But I had a lot of confidence in Sam Howell. I just didn't think that Sam Howell was gifted. I don't think Ron Rivera is going to be a good head coach in this league anymore. I think he's just outdated. He had his time, and and at the end of the day, you can't just go for the 3 points just because you want to score some points. Even though it did help me with an over, you got to go out there for some damn wins, Mr. Rivera. But I'll tell you, Washington's good for some overs, which is going to lead us actually into our next segment here, where we're going to give you guys some free picks and betting picks and all that. But I got to say before we play this little video, we do not encourage or endorse any illegal or underage gambling. Bet and play where it is able to do so at your own risk and where it is legal to do so. And if you have problems gambling, there is a hotline, but you probably shouldn't ride in the over-under chat with myself, Gage, and Timmy, because we're going to probably get you to slam. So let's go ahead. Let's play that video, Gage. I'll take that action.
Okay, that action.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Life is too short to bet the under. I don't care if it's 59. I don't care if it's 67. You got to ride the fucking over.
This is fucking ridiculous. We need a fucking touchdown. The stakes are high for these ones, boys.
Over-unders, give me points.
Man.
All right, listen, I don't bet because I don't like to, risk a lot of money. I'm just not one of those people, right? But I will tell you this, that last night, me and Gage were riding some picks. We have under 221, and it ended right at 220. So it was like, wow, that's what makes some of these games way more interesting. But, hey, it's all about how you bet. If you want to go out there and you want to win millions of dollars, you should probably have millions of dollars to go and bet, because you're not going to have that fucking 1 cent parlay that, had 50 picks on it like Timmy used to think it was going to happen to him. and you're going to win for $1 billion. No, it doesn't work that way. But we do have some free picks for you guys. I got a little graphic I want to show you right here. These are my picks of the week. And like I said, take them if you want. Don't take them if you don't want. Go the opposite way and lose. Man, don't come crying to me. I'll take that action betting picks and props from me. I've got for the spreads, totals, and money lines. I've got the over 39.5 for the LA Rams and Baltimore game. I've got over 43.5 for the Indianapolis Colts and Cincinnati. Gage will tell you exactly why I've got that, because have the Colts gone under? Nope. Backup quarterback? Don't matter. First year head coach? Don't matter. We just got rid of Shaq Leonard? Don't matter. No Jonathan Taylor? Don't matter. Player, and also I got the Philadelphia and Dallas game over 51.5. Now that's one because I have to think that's going to be fun to ride. You know, if you maybe set yourself up and you have a few of your parlay picks hit, boys, you know what you do? You have that 8 o'clock game, and if you got 4 out of 5 and that's your last one, you hedge it. You bet the other way, so you guarantee yourself some money. But my player and game props, I got Dalton Kincaid over 36.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce under 69.5 receiving yards because he will probably be all 69 out. Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and Pat Mahomes to have nowhere near as good looking of a day as Josh Allen. That's my picks and props for you guys, and that's my spreads, totals, and money lines. Now I want to say this too. I taught Gage my most recent strategy of I don't like to bet spreads. I like to pick totals because you're going with what are two teams going to do together versus how is one team going to play, when you have to think about how the other team might play against that. So, no, you have better odds, in my opinion, when you pick totals. All I'm saying is if you need to fucking make your rent money, you probably shouldn't just go slam a fucking bet, you know. But if you want to have some fun, you want to keep the games interesting until the Bills play at 4:25 like us, and you could just play some 1 o'clock games like myself and Gage. Put a few $3-4 on it, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And by the way, if you win on any of those picks, feel free to let us know. And do not send me any money because I don't want your money. I'm going to win my own damn money, son of a gun. And if you guys are just out sitting and you're still here in the sit down with myself, Tyler, and my guy, 12 Gage. So let's get it going. We are talking about I'll take that action. But now we're going to go into our hockey talk right here, buddy. This is exactly what we've been talking about all week long since we went to that game together. And Tyler, this has been a long time coming. So tell me, you know, what is your thoughts on the Sabres season thus far?
Let's open it up here, you know. I've watched this hockey team every single night that they've been on. Okay, I think what happens is, see, we're strength in numbers. That's the thing. We're still the youngest team in the NHL, and you're going to come out here and boom? That's not okay. And then when it goes in, they scream so loud.
So that was my first thing right away. It was just like, okay, we're down 1-0 and people are already getting quiet and booing. It's like, dude.
Hey,
you think the players don't hear that?
Exactly. Why do you think I was talking so much?
Hey, me and Tyler were loud as fuck, but you could hear us throughout the whole arena.
I've been to 4 games this year. All right. I seen them play well against Colorado. We come out, we lose to Ottawa. It's like, then you go to Pittsburgh and you make it harder than it has to. All that, you know, hitting the bumper and then trying to make a sauce pass in the middle of 2 defensemen where your center's trying to get there and it ain't working. Mm-hmm. Take a stop, stride it, shoot it around the boards. Do something.
Yeah.
Hockey's a bouncing game, dude.
And that's one thing I feel like the Sabres ain't doing. They don't handle the angles, the puck. They don't.
Because they think that's what the team aspect is, right?
Yes.
Look at Ovechkin, okay? Between me and y'all, Ovechkin is like Tage Thompson. Tage Thompson has a rocket. You see him against Boston?
Thompson has
83 miles an hour, but accurate. You know? You got to get it on
had the puck, Tyler, if Tage had the puck, I actually felt like, okay, we could actually move into their zone because he actually knows how to handle it. Rasmus Dahlin too, but my one thing that I'm not understanding about the Sabres team is why don't they have any initiative? They always think, oh, that guy will go get the puck. And then it's like, oh, you turn it over in your own zone. What the fuck?
That's why it's good to be on this show, man.
But then you come out and play against Boston, which it's funny because Gage, I thought when I was on the phone with him picking my bets or whatever, and I said, did you say something about the Sabres? He goes, oh, what? Oh, yeah. No, they're playing against Boston. I'm like, maybe they played well tonight. They played their best hockey all year. But
And come back.
where is that every night?
Yep. Got to make a save, buddy. I mean, it is what it is. You
I
can't
do
be
think a lot of it, though,
Keep
has
your
got to
poise.
be the fans. We got to be better.
You can't get nervous, man. That's the biggest thing in my life, right? Anytime anybody says anything to me, I'm going to step up, you know? It's not
until the
like
clock
that.
strikes 0.
I was at the game. I was the loudest person at the game. I had to make the penalty calls for the referees.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one went out of play, but I got to call it. And if you watch the highlights, they completely stopped playing after it went out of play.
Yeah.
I've never seen a one-sided event ever. And then we pulled the goalie power play? Come on, that's unbelievable.
Bro, we couldn't get any shots off on the power play, but, bro, I felt like we were talking about this in the car, that they just really, really, really need that true driving force. And, I mean, like, we all wanted it to be Jack Eichel, but that dude was just too busy shoving cut-up cocaine in his nose.
Fresh.
What made a guy like Mario Lemieux so damn good? What made a guy like Wayne Gretzky so damn good? What makes guys like Ovi so good? You know why Ovi is so good? He won a cup because they said you got to do more than just score goals. And what did he do? He did exactly what they needed him to.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's all there is to everything. It's not you.
Yeah, it's not like everybody's not like Jack Eichel, where you get some decent coke, you'll pretend to play better for a few weeks. You know what I mean? Like, that's Jack. Yeah. Me, though, I think that's why I wanted Pat Kane so bad. I know that obviously, Tyler, you bring it up all the time that we didn't need him, and I understand that, but I wanted a guy with some fucking just some juice. I want a guy that's getting kicked out of fucking taxi cabs because he's too drunk.
Alex Tuck is from Syracuse.
Yep, and I love that. But that doesn't mean go get Brian Giunta again.
We need a big time.
I love it.
Enforced defenseman. You know, some guy that's gonna, you know
who I miss too, Tyler?
Someone starts messing with Cousins, you grab him, bro.
I miss the other Rasmus. 5s. Ristolainen.
Rasmus Ristolainen.
We actually had some decent fucking, you know, with him at I mean, dude, I'm just saying.
Solid, that's for sure. The problem
when the Sabres were good, Tyler, Brian Campbell out there. You got fucking you can name me so many guys. But you know what? There were 3 guys, right? That just honestly were the driving force. That was Ryan Miller in the goal. That was Danny Briere as your primary fucking playmaker. And then you had Chris Drury, who was the most clutch fucking hockey player I've ever seen.
Even when they had Tyler Ennis, dude. You know? It's all about, and I believe in the team, you know? That's the thing.
I do.
They shook it off, man. It'll be all right.
But I do think maybe it's time to really consider getting rid of some upper management.
You know?
I think like I know obviously it's not Kim Pagul running the show anymore, but like that's what I'm saying, that we need better development, because how do you miss on Jack, you miss with Rasmus or Sam Reinhart and just a bunch of guys that really just never pan out. Even Taylor Hall comes here, doesn't do a damn thing. All I'm saying is the culture obviously ain't what it needs to be yet. You got a world class player in Rasmus Dahlin, but
Tuesday night everybody works. You know, they make, you know, that's their job.
You know what? Maybe
they have the best job in the world, dude.
You know what? Maybe we need to put me up in the booth instead of so we don't have RJ anymore. We put me up there in the booth instead. Maybe I'd fucking get the boys going again.
We'll just go to the about that.
And there's Dave Thompson. These yours. And here's
Jeff, here we go. You got to move your feet, dude. That's all it is.
I mean, even me, I can't skate backwards, but I'll skate forward.
Yep.
By the way, too, where is the toughness? When we beat the Pittsburgh Penguins, we were down 2-0. You know what? Back, we were in a fight. We got in a fight with them. Yep. We got a little fired up.
Yep. And you can't be – the guys that are taking care of it aren't supposed to be fucking taking care of it. Like those, like Dylan Cousins doesn't need to get punched in the fucking head. You know what I mean? It should be fucking Jordan Greenway, not, you know. Fuck.
I just think that Rasmus Dahlin should just become the world's biggest like fucking jerk off and just start fucking hurting people against them. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy in front of me, run him over.
Clean, buddy, clean.
Well, I'm just saying, of course you play it clean, but that doesn't mean you don't fucking hit the
back
out of him.
Nothing. Don't take nothing.
All I'm saying is, remember that fucking gigantic fight against Ottawa a long ass time ago?
Given to
That's
you.
what this team fucking needs, is a good old fashioned, let's go fucking.
Well, they had Bada, they had Peters. You know, that's like they got Rob Ray.
You got Marty Biron fighting
he's
against fucking whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. Those guys all had each other's back. You got Pat Mahomes, you got fucking Andrew Peters. Like, dude, I miss the days where we had a fair hockey player that was just there to fight. Yep. That's what I want.
Nope. You got it. But you can't
put Mac Jones on the ice. I'll be your defenseman enforcer if you put him on the ice. I'm not going to hit Rasmus Dahlin.
I don't want JJ Paterka fighting nobody. You know what I mean? You know, we got that Robinson from the Columbus Blue Jackets. His first game was against Boston.
Yeah, so what's up with that kid? Did you like that trade?
We needed that grit, you know, that Nick Paul, that third line center that's Ryan O'Reilly, you know? Some guy that's going to get his meat in the bones, you know? Mm-hmm. And we'll get her going, though.
Well, yeah, because the night that we went, whoever that kid was in goal, that dude did not know how to play goalie. It's like, you're not in the net, dude. You're not in the net. You're not in the net. What do you... But then we also talked about, too, Tyler, Don Granato. I liked Don Granato coming in for the temporary bit, but I didn't think that this is the guy that's going to fucking... Well, really, who would you want? John Tortorella?
See, because I think if he doesn't have so much... If Tortorella didn't have so much power in the interstate, like if you brought him in to be a head coach, you know, a guy that's going to make sure stuff can get it done so the real GM can do his job. Like, why is everybody trying to do everybody else's job?
Sean McDermott.
I did. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, don't be so...
Bill Belichick's trying to already coach other teams before he even coaches the Patriots for the rest of the fucking year. You know what I'm saying? I get that.
Chargers.
All I'm saying is I think that the Sabres just really need some fucking real just hard ass that's going to come in and fucking just whip some motherfuckers into shit. Get Andrew Peters as coach. You know, we could have had Chris Drury as our GM, but he didn't like the way that the development was going to go, and he didn't like the direction. So he said, Chris Drury.
Yep.
We just need some fucking home. Just go get me Lindy Ruff to fucking, you know, have a nice family reunion, and let's just go get some fucking guys to come and coach for this fucking team and start winning some damn hockey games again. I'll coach, because I'll tell you what, the moment that they fucking give up a goal, I'm going to say, you hear that booing? Fuck that. That's them booing the other team for the fact that they just fucking bullshit their asses and then they're fucking getting the goal. Now you guys got to go give me 3 goals because I have the over in this game. Don't tell the NHL because I'll get suspended. Yeah, I'd be a terrible coach. I'd just be saying, fucking don't play defense. Goals. Fine. Sabres play tonight, by the way. Canadians. And for those of you that don't know, the Canadians are actually a hockey team out of Montreal, not just the whole country of Canada. Last time they played against each other, Gage, did it go over?
I can't remember, but this time I'm thinking the under.
Well, I'm hoping that the Sabres start getting back to where 6.5 goals is not a fucking guarantee because they're not giving up 5. Like, I hope they get to the 3-1 stages again. You know what I mean? Like, let's get back to the 5.5 in NHL.
Yep. Don't get so down on yourself.
Well, yeah, dude, if they score a goal, fucking let's go score 2. Because at the end of the day,
and all that shit, like that.
As a competitor,
don't be slamming your stick against the post. Come on.
I've never ever thought that I've ever lost because until the clock strikes 0, I've never. But even then, I never lost. I just ran out of fucking time.
Exactly.
And even then, fucking, I'll find a way. Believe me. But who wants it out there bad enough? I think at times. Tage has a little bit of it. I like what I see from Tuck, but I think Tuck's got to step up and, you know, get his hands around this team a little bit more because he's just a leader. He loves his team.
He's on the injury list, though, right now. They got young cat from AHL.
Maybe we should just bring up the Amers.
Dude, they almost went to the Calder last year.
I feel like, we could be like the fucking world's greatest minor league ever.
Casey Middlestat.
Okay, Casey Middlestat, we were talking about this. How about he just goes and plays like Pat Beverly, just play defense? You know what I mean? Just go play defense. I would do it. Fuck, when I couldn't score in fucking like 8th grade basketball because I was just like, I don't know, I just was slow. I literally just played nonstop lockdown defense.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was winning fucking game balls without even scoring a single point. Because you know why? I just literally knock your ass down, boy.
James Worthy.
I'll fucking take my skate off and cut your fucking neck if I fucking have to. You're not going to score on me, motherfucker. Yeah, no. And I will say, though, it is really disappointing that our fan base is so fed up with all this shit that we'll boo after a fucking one goal. But, like, dude, we should literally be sitting there in the stands going, defense.
And
defense.
we were, but everybody else wasn't, so I don't understand.
I feel like they need to fucking get those blimps flying around the arena again. They got to get some more T-shirt cannons, and I definitely think a couple actual real sword fights on the ice. Yeah, sharpen the swords.
There we go.
And also, too, let's just get the fucking go-ahead jerseys back, or like the nice, like old classic white and blue.
I love the Royals, though. Don't take those away. Come on.
We should do. We should just fucking. We should get some Zubas outfits for the hockey team. Maybe if we get better uniforms.
Bring it back.
What if Jack Eichel went to rehab and said, "I want to play in Buffalo"? I'd say no. Stay in Vegas.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. In fact, I built that arena, Jack. If you need a fucking room to go in and fucking lay your head at night.
No.
Oh yeah.
Jack and Josh are like they were kind of.
I can't stand Jack, dude. Because you know what?
I can't either, dude. That's some bitch shit. You don't just.
My little brother Zach, he's like, oh, Jack Eichel. I'm like, yeah, dude. It's funny because you guys are gonna get him for just a brief moment. Moment.
Then you come back.
Yeah, Jack Eichel never fuck. He just wanted to be in Boston his fucking whole time.
That's all it was.
That's exactly why he didn't belong here.
Taylor Hall was the same way.
You know what?
Because everybody wants to win a championship.
If we just never got rid of Ryan O'Reilly, we got rid of Eichel instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even meant to saying, Robin Leonard was the goalie, and Logan Thomas for Vegas.
That would have been fantastic.
Linus Olmark. That's enough of that shit. I'll tell you what, you could probably honestly have. Well, I don't know why they pulled the goalie in that game, Tower. I mean, you're already on the advantage.
That's the only thing I disagree with Granato about. Only thing. That's fine. We're up a man, though, with a minute in the game. You know dang well they're going to get the puck eventually because we're shoot the thing. Like, holy, bro.
Why is it, though, that we wait till the third period to start actually shooting the fucking puck? Dude, if it's me, if Tyler passes me the puck, I'm sorry, I love you, Tyler. You're not getting it back. I'm going to fucking shoot. I want the points, motherfucker.
Happens.
I'm going for 200 goals every year. I don't care if I get 30. I'm going for 200.
Yep.
But nobody want to shoot. And that's what I'm saying. Where's the alpha male?
That's what I loved about the Boston game, because the Boston Colorado game, I can say this because I was at Colorado, right? They shot the puck, dude. They had 19 shots in the first period.
Yeah.
You got to put it on net, man. No more of this, passing it in the middle when
what gave up the
defenders are on the center. Throw it across the ice in the corner. I don't care what you do. Just fucking get it there.
What gave up the opportunities to the Red Wings was the fact that we weren't handling the puck. We weren't shooting, and all of a sudden we give it away, and that just one little giveaway was all they needed to execute, and boom, they scored every fucking time. But you know why? Because nobody on the Red Wings expected somebody else to do it. They just kept moving the puck. You don't fucking – also with the Sabres, stop doing the long passes ahead. Move the puck up the fuck – the 06 Sabres played well. You know why? Because they would move the puck backwards, and they would move it around like soccer players do. You don't just go right at the fucking net unless you're me. You just slap shot it every fucking time, icing every 5 seconds. But the officiating sucked in that game too, Tower. Is that something that you think has played a factor for any of the games this year?
I think our biggest thing at the moment is it's got to be next man up. You can't just understand you got to be like, all right, buddy, I got you. It shouldn't be one-way streets, That's why McDavid or none of them players ever won a championship, because they got stuck on a team that was selfish. You can't be good if you're selfish, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, look at Michael Jordan. he scored so many fucking points with Doug Collins as his head coach. And literally the way that they won championships was you need to stop shooting so damn much and let other people around you also help too, because at the end of the day, we triple cover you and Scottie Pippen hasn't shot a 3 all year, then what's that going to matter? But that's how sports work. Tom Brady didn't win every Super Bowl. Adam Vinatieri mostly did, and mostly cheating too. But and a lot of other fucking reasons. But all I'm saying is it's a team sport. And right now, the Sabres, I like Kyle Pozo, but he's not a fucking elite player. So for him to be the leader in the locker room, you need something a little bit more than that.
And we can speak on that because Kyle Pozo, to me, he's a right-handed shot, and he thinks his prime is still here. It's gone, buddy. You're on the fourth line. You know? I mean, it is what it is. Dude.
Was it a few years ago he was leading the team in goals, and then he got like a sickness, and then that kind of just set him back a bunch.
Yep. He's still a solid player, but he doesn't have the speed. So he needs to play more stationary game. Mm-hmm. He can't little quick chops, you know? Don't keep skating into him because you're not going to outskate him. He's trying to cut around the boards with his stick hooked, and he's trying to get around, and it's like a Pozo. You don't have the speed like that.
That's another thing the Sabres lack a lot of is fast skating. You know, honestly, one of the things that makes Connor McDavid so fucking even more ahead of everybody else is he is one of the best skaters I've ever watched. I mean, legit, fucking, it's fundamentals in the world of hockey. It really is because, you know, knowing your teammate's going to be there. The Sabres were putting passes where it's like, oh, my teammate wasn't even back there. But the Red Wings, the puck was always there. Mm-hmm. There is no chemistry. So all I'm saying is, if I'm Don Granato, let's all go get a fucking beer tonight. Let's get in a bar fight. Let's go to Boston. Let's fight over there too. Let's call up fucking Andrew Peters, see if he wants to fucking join a fight. Let's call up Sauce. Let's call up Tyler. And let's call up 12 Gauge to see if they got the over. And boom. But this team needs to – it just doesn't seem like a fucking family. It just seems like a collection of hockey players that just don't want to suck, you know?
And you can't be worried about making a move, you know? If you think there's a problem in the locker room, I mean – you got to be a family, dude. You're on the road. We should have Christmas together. You know what I mean?
You can't have two elite centers with Ryan O'Reilly and Jack Eichel, and they're literally going to go to war because one is going to get captain and the other one ain't. And it's funny. I thought that was the right move, giving it to Jack, but then Ryan O'Reilly goes to win a cup, and Jack Eichel still just kept sniffing coke. And nobody listened. Dude, it's just funny because Craig Gervais and Andrew Peters were trying to say for a long time, Jack really was just as bad as people were saying.
You got to give him time to probe, man. That's all. It's a long game. And he bounced away.
All Jack Eichel was a fucking way worse Jim Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Was supposed to do a heck of a lot more, but just was an asshole. Buffalo, I'm coming for you. Yeah, right. Just think, though, boys, we could have had Connor McDavid and Connor McDavid and Rasmus Dahlin.
Yeah, that would have been... They think
Meanwhile, the Blackhawks fucking they rebuild for a year and they just get Connor. Okay, like what the fuck?
I think Connor real thing, dude.
Tyler, let's get back into a little bit of the talk here. Of course, we've been live here for almost 2 hours. I love it. I want to get more of these kind of long shows in, but you know, what do the Sabres excel at the most, other than hitting the over in a lot of games?
They're very savvy. Everybody's got an attitude. That's it. Everybody's got an ego. Listen, you got to spread it out, man. You can't keep going in the game and, just because one thing doesn't go your way, you're going to sit there and be upset? Like, come on, dude. You're a professional hockey player, bro.
Mm-hmm. I think the Sabres excel at when they're down by a lot of goals, they can somehow fucking fight their way back in, which is ironic, but what I don't think the Sabres excel at is I don't think that they excel at their just basic puck handling skills. And I also think that the Sabres don't space the ice well at all. They haven't in years. I mean, legit, whenever I played basketball, if you came near me and you're on my team, I'm fucking going on the other side of the court because I got to spread the ball. If I was Don Granato, I would literally fucking smack a player with a fucking hockey stick in practice if he comes within a foot of another fucking teammate. Because, dude, So many opportunities that to get past them and have a one-on-one opportunity. You're not going to get away with that a lot of the time. The Sabres were giving away a lot of opportunities, but then okay, they come back against Boston 3-1. When it's like there's no hope for them, that's when they thrive. It's like, no, don't do that. Go win me like a 10-point win streak again like you did a couple years ago, but this time make the playoffs.
You got to make a move, man.
I mean, overall, though, Tyler, do you think that the Sabres are – do you think that they still have a good amount of young talent? Do you think there's a couple moves that they can maybe make? What?
I think the young talent is definitely in full effect. Our average age is about 24.
Yeah, so let's go get Wayne Gretzky back, see if he's still got a year. Could you imagine if Wayne Gretzky came in and he had just put up 100 points? Like, okay.
Yep. Because Gretzky and Lemieux was Jordan and Magic. That's how it was.
Gretzky and Lemieux? No, that was fuck. They were in their own class. They're not Magic. They were their own class. Super Mario and fucking Gretzky.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if Connor McDavid played at their fucking era too. Oh boy.
Boys. Because that's what it was, dude. Gretzky was a beast. He was Connor McDavid, bro.
I mean, literally, I think if you want to talk about most dominant ever at their sport, it's got to be Wayne Gretzky. I mean, he's got as many assists as the next guy does points. And it's like a sick name, too. Gretzky?
Yeah. That boy
his son-in-law's Dustin Johnson.
He had the slick back. Kept it rocking.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky kind of just like...
Step up tonight, so...
Yeah. I'll tell you, Tyler, who's your favorite all-time Buffalo Sabre?
Matt Finnegan.
My favorite all-time Buffalo Sabre is definitely fucking... It's got to just be... It's got to be Chris Drury for seriousness, but it's also got to be fucking... It's got to be Andrew Peters. Like, you got a professional sports job because you can fight. Because you can fight. Andrew Peters doesn't sound scary, but you see him come in the game. Oh, man, I should not have cross-checked that guy. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I love when Lindy Ruff would send him into fucking, go get some penalty minutes, buddy. That's all I'm saying is I feel like the Sabres, once a night, need to start a fight until they are starting to win games and get back into the playoffs. Just start becoming we're going to Buffalo tonight. You guys know what that means. That fucking Tuck's going to probably come over here and punch me in the mouth. Like, yeah, there you go. You don't want to come to play in Buffalo because it's going to be fucking tough.
Can't overcome the referee, though. So,
that's why I love that we booed the referees from the start. But at the same time, Tyler, I don't think the Sabres fans, we should have just probably kept our mouth shut. The refs were probably like, oh, you guys want to boo us? Oh, fucking watch this one. You want to really boo? Watch this one. Watch when you hit the goalpost and we don't even fucking review it.
Yeah, exactly. That's okay. Oh.
Man, if they would have fucking kept that streak going there to tie it up, Tyler, I'm telling you, bro. I had Gage. It was in-game money line. I had $10 to win 300, $10 to win 250, and then I had the other one that won like 386. It's like, whoa. Oh, what an experience, though. But guys, welcome here to the sit down. I forgot that we were even live. I just honestly felt like we're just talking sports. I love it.
In my living room, like.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, overall, man, it was a tale of two games this week, two teams. We lost the Red Wings at home, but then we beat the Bruins in Boston. Now, we played 60 fucking minutes of hockey in Boston. Now, either it's one of two things. We just felt like we got to go fucking beat a good team, or number two, the fix is really in with sports because, hey, who the fuck? Gage told me, don't you dare touch Buffalo. And I'm like, whoa.
You can't fix it. Like, you can't.
Oh, yeah, unless you're a referee. A referee definitely can have something to do with it, especially if he owes his fucking bookie in Montreal. Yeah. Yeah. No, man, I think the Sabres are just they're right there, man. But us in Buffalo have got to be more supportive of them. I mean, I know Jack Eichel was full of shit, but he's right. We can be a little assholeish because we're down 1-0. It's like we could be up 5-1 and all of a sudden, oh, here we go. It's like, no, don't get negative, dude.
Yep.
I can't stand negative thinking.
You got to act like you can't be the Nashville Predators, but you got to be that, New Jersey Devils team,
Yeah. or the Dansbury Trashers, like the Thrashers, that one minor league hockey team or whatever in Jersey. Yeah, you got an 18-year-old that just took a bunch of Adderall basically and started figuring out how to sign players. That's what happened. That was one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. It was a mob boss in Jersey. He was like in the waste management. Jimmy Galante. And his son, he bought a minor league hockey team basically for money laundering. But this kid turned this hockey team into like a real source of entertainment.
Yep.
Danbury Thrashers. And he talks about it. He goes, yeah, so I don't know. There's just this moment where I started figuring all this stuff out, these equations. Timmy just goes, yeah, that right there, when he said that, I knew right away he took Adderall. I fucking laughed my ass off, dude. A kid turned a minor league hockey team ran by the mafia into a fucking a star attraction. But us in the Sabres, we can't even support our team with some defense after being down one. I don't care if we're down 10-0. If you're in that stadium,
getting nervous. They kept messing up after that. It's like, bro, like, and then they score, and it's like, wow, everybody's fucking high-fiving. Like,
maybe we ought to do, Tyron. Maybe we ought to go into games and start fighting people in the stands that are booing. Like, who the fuck are you, dude?
Yeah.
All your Bills. Hey, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, screw that.
Get a yoke on. Let's go.
I think overall, though, we just honestly need to be better. And we're all getting pissed off with Josh Allen and Bills Mafia getting pissed off. No, guys. Don't forget, there were a lot of years where we were all laughed at because, Buffalo. It's like now it's like we're laughing at ourselves. All I'm saying is, as long as the Patriots are worse than us, I don't got a reason to bitch.
Yeah.
Not at all.
In my head,
I'm
Bills
happy.
win the Super Bowl every year. All right, fellas, let's keep it going. We're almost done here. And, Tyler, by the way, it's like your camera is like almost makes it so you can't even see your face. I love it, dude. It's almost like a fucking a scarf just sitting there. Tyler, will the Sabres make the playoffs?
Oh, it depends. How do you feel right now?
If Buffalo fans stop booing, we'll make the playoffs.
If you're banged up, go for the pick, man.
Yeah, but okay. But then the NHL says, oh, yeah, here's your fucking number one prospect. We're going to give you Jack Eichel.
Yep.
Fucking Gary Bettman.
On it, buddy.
I'm telling you, I think the biggest problem is commentating. It is. What player do you think maybe could come to the team via free agency or draft next? Or is there anybody that like you think we could add to this team that can make this whole thing better?
You understand what I want? I want that Mike Modano type.
Can we delete the team and have an expansion team so we could get like a fucking goalie like the Knights did with Marc-Andre Fleury or whatever?
Yep. I think Levi's he's young, dude. This team's young. You can't expect results like that. I get it. There's been, let's see. Victor Olofsson's probably played.
Yeah, what happened to Olofsson? The dude goes off his first year as like a power play king, and then ever since then, I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
I love Olofsson, though.
Whatever happened to Nylander?
William Nylander?
Yeah.
He's on the
No, the one we had, I think it was Alex Nylander.
He played in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's my guy right there.
Nylander, Alex Nylander. He was in Rochester.
We should go to get the RIT Frozen 4 from like 08 or whatever and see what players they got.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, though, we do need a better goalie, and all we just need is somebody that just doesn't give a fuck, dude. I mean, Dominic Hasek was like was a psychopath.
We haven't had a goalie really since then.
No. Ryan Miller literally couldn't play any longer, and that's what happened to us. All I'm saying is, if you literally fucking just get a goalie that can maybe help this the few woes that they give up on, as far as defense goes. But I feel like they got to have some more two-way players. They used to have a little bit more of that. Even with Jack Eichel, I thought he was a really good two-way player. But Rasmus Dahlin, man, it's like they want him to be more offensive. But he's a defense. He does what he does. You got to let him play his game.
Playing like that, move him on wing. Who gives a fuck?
And Jeff Skinner, like, dude, you're gonna have to fucking start like doing some more instead of just turning over the puck and then getting a goal later in the game. Like, dude. There's a reason it's not Jeff Winter, it's Jeff Skinner, and it's not Chef Chicken Dinner.
You gotta watch it patient.
All I know is me and Tyler were narrating the game. We're saying, hey, so they just couldn't seem to like get that. Like, dude, you don't want to pass it up ahead the ice when you got like a guy running at you. You need to fucking corral it. Deke him.
I don't know, dude. How about when Patty Kane goes to the Rangers, right, last year, and they act like he just moved from the Blackhawks? It's like, bro, he was on another team last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. My guy, still though, Pat Kane, man, he was him and Jonathan Taves were fucking quite the combo.
That's what I mean, Jonathan.
I like those Chicago teams.
Dynamic.
Oh, yeah. They had Marion Hossa, Patrick Sharp, Duncan Keith,
Sod.
Crook. Yep. Don't be sad.
My buddy, my little brother's best friend Mike is from Chicago, big Chicago sports fan, and loves the fucking Blackhawks. He always told me he just loved Patrick Kane because he said, I always liked the fact he came to us and he got in a lot of trouble for getting kicked out of a taxi because he was too drunk.
That's
That's all I'm saying. You're not supposed to be a nice fucking guy when you play hockey. You're supposed to literally just be spitting and chewing and wearing sunglasses and smoking weed and sniffing coke and whatever else and just being tough.
Yeah.
Hockey is such a great sport, though, fellas. I really, I'm glad that we got a chance to talk about it today. So, Tyler, let's keep it going, man. And we have a little bit of Sabres action tonight, and I think Gage has got the under in this game. Gage, I got to take the over in this game. They just had 4 goals in the last one.
I'm leaning towards the under, yes.
You're leaning towards the under. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a way back here, and then we're going to go to our final segment, then we're going to get out of here so we can actually go enjoy our rest of our day. But I'm glad that we had a 2-hour show because that's what I wanted to get. That's what the network wanted to get, fellas. And what did I say I was going to do? Our Sabres? I don't know. We'll talk about it after. But let's go on our last segment, fellas, here, Gettin Saucy, and before we get out of here. Let's do our last segment, and then that way we can talk a little bit after.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah. Ice cold, nice, refreshing Labatt Blue on a beer store behind J817.
It's a cold front, is what that is.
I'm fired up this week, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get you fired up. Bills Mafia, you want to hear me getting saucy this week? It's simple. Mac Jones and the New England Patriots, and also, too, the Miami Dolphins, and anybody that's got anything bad to say. Bills by a billion, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Bills.
And I don't know what inspired me to make that video. I guess maybe I just don't like that quarterback that was playing for New England but got benched because he sucks and got benched by the Zap. But this is the segment of Gettin Saucy presented by Dust Famous Wings right here in the Sit Down, which is live Mondays, Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and on Saturdays at 12 p.m. hosted by myself and my guy over here, 12 Gauge producing, and also co-hosting it and my guy Tyler Andrews too. But for Gettin Saucy this week, guys, it is fucking simple. Go out there with that Aaron Rodgers mentality of what he called into that radio station in Green Bay and say, everybody calm down. We're going to go out there and run the table. And they basically almost did, except they couldn't get to the Super Bowl. But regardless, all I'm saying is if we get into the playoffs, and I'm not even thinking about wild cards, I'm still looking at the AFC East because I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to ever stop fighting. But all the Bills got to do is just get in the playoffs. And then at that rate, then Josh Allen can show everybody exactly who the fucking Terminator really is and say, hey, here it is. Here it is. And then Josh Allen will never lose a fucking Super Bowl for the rest of his life because he's going to win the next fucking 28 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because he's a fucking stud. That's why. Fuck everybody else. It's turnovers. Shut up. Fucking turnovers make for good pastries. All I'm saying is, Josh Allen can eat more wings than you. He can throw the ball farther than you. And he can definitely run a heck of a lot stronger than you. And I'll tell you this much. You don't go to Wyoming and play with that little statistics and come into the NFL and play the way he does. And I'll tell you this much. How many drop passes this guy has from his fucking team every fucking week? He would be completing 90% of his passes. But he sucks, right? No, you guys out there just don't want the Bills to win the Super Bowl because you know why? When the Bills do win the Super Bowl, we're going to fucking get so drunk that you guys, I wish the Bills fit. No. Josh Allen, all day long. I don't care about Pat Mahomes. I don't care. Josh Allen is my quarterback every single fucking day. Every single fucking day. And you can beat Kansas City. You know why? Because you've done it before. And because Kansas City, you can't put ketchup on a fucking steak and tell me that you have integrity. No. You can cook the steak rare. You season it right. You don't need steak sauce or anything else. So, Pat, I know your dad was a great baseball player, but obviously not a great griller on the fucking grill. All I'm saying is, Josh Allen, go out there and show the world exactly why Mike Greenberg stood up for him. Greeny stood up for him. You know what I'm saying? He stood up for him. I don't even know why. But then he went and even stood up for him more and had a whole segment just dedicated to why Josh Allen was great. Remember that. And show the whole fucking world exactly how great the Bills are when they demolished the Kansas City Chiefs 80,000-0. And Josh Allen has 500 yards in the first drive. Okay? All right, fellas. That's going to do it for me this week of Gettin Saucy right here in the sit down right here, presented by Duff's Famous Wings at www.buffalosaucegod.com with myself, the Sauce God at Buffalo Sauce God, across all social media platforms, and my guy 12 Gauge, manning the helm on the producer and also stepping in as the co-host, and also the wonderful stout face that keeps the whole show.
Whipping it, watch it get saucy. Whipping it, watch it get saucy.
Thank you for tuning in with us today, brother.
Saucy.
Some of the bills got me so real. I'ma go get you in your bills like it was Mac Jones, cause you couldn't play it. Suck, oh, yeah. Here comes Bailey's app. Motherfuckers know that. Mac Jones took good nap.
I'm whipping the sauce, I'm tripping, of course, I want it all. All of my dogs be running with God. Your mama, you're holding your pennies and ball. Cause when I get whipping the sauce, he taking it off. I'm dancing on tracks like stomping the yard. We keeping it quiet, we moving the signs, but now we starting to riot. Yeah, keeping my eye on the prize. I got